Hello, all you writers out there. It is time to talk about some powerful aspect of writing. We go live every second Tuesday of the month to teach you everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote a great book. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, co-founder of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, and I'm here with our superstar author, Joanie Lindenmeyer, best-selling author, and we have a hot topic for you. Joanie, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Good to see you. And it's
You too.
July, so things are just booming and bursting everywhere. So thank
Yes.
you for doing this.
Oh, it's my delight. So it's a hot topic. It's July, which is hot outside. And July is also our birthday month. And so today we are going to talk about the power of writing and reflection on your birthday, as well as celebration, because the headliner is that we are celebrating our mother's 80th birthday with a book signing at the Detroit Book Fest for her memoir, and we're going to be on TV to celebrate it as well. So, yeah, anything can happen when you write a book. Joni's a syndicated radio host now, best-selling author, in-demand speaker. I've written and published many, many books. I'm doing a retreat based on one of my books coming up soon. You can do so, so much. But let's talk about birthdays, Joni. So you just had yours.
Absolutely.
Yes. Talk about any connection between your book, Celebration, and your birthday, which you celebrated with your friends.
I think it's all connected. I think it's all connected.
Oh, that's nice.
There we go. There we
Um,
go. So I think part of it why it's connected in you triggered this when you said, let's do this as a topic. Well, I got in my drawer and I pulled out my journals from the past. And it's like
Oh,
every journal this one is 2022, 2023, and 2024. This one is 25 and part of 26. And then my new journals are right here. I have two journals going on. One I keep at my prayer corner, and one I keep on my table here. But anyways, the point is that I've noticed that I reflect, I write before my birthday, sometimes on my birthday or after my birthday about the whole experience and just everything related to it. And can I share one thing about my birthday, Elizabeth?
of course.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think many of you know I have an older sister, an older brother, and a younger sister. Well, when my mom was pregnant with me, okay, and this is 19 something, 50, well, 57, 1957, and she was pregnant. It was super hot. They were living in Cupertino, California. And so my mom said to my dad, and the two kids, I would sure like to go up into the mountains and get out of the heat. I'm just way too hot. She's 9 months pregnant. She's due anytime. And so they go, "Yeah, let's go on a picnic." So they go up into the Santa Cruz Mountains and they're having a wonderful time. It's cooler up there and everything. So they start to head back down the hill, the mountain. And lo and behold, the brakes go out on my car, on the car. My dad is driving. My mom is in the front seat. My sister and brother, 12 and 9 ages at the time, and they were like, "Oh my gosh," they were scared. They were scared what was going to happen. And so lo and behold, my dad sort of had to hug the mountain, put it into the lowest gear possible. Smoke was coming, the radiator was over, the brakes were gone, and so he just sort of somehow made it down in that first gear all the way down to a gas station. And they were so relieved, but the fear and the scariness of it. And this is on July 4th. This is on July 4th, the day before I'm born. So lo and behold, they get down, all is good. They go home. Well, then my mom goes into labor. And it's like, okay, Joni, are you going to be born on the 4th or not? I wasn't born until the 5th, but that's okay because they still call me the firecracker baby to this day. So I'm the
Oh,
firecracker baby. But I was thinking about that. I was thinking about pregnant women. I was thinking, I've never been pregnant before. You have, Elizabeth, and you can talk about that. But the whole feeling of, wow, is this baby going to be healthy? Is this baby going to come out okay? Is this what's going on with the whole thing? And I know my mom was praying her hearts out coming down that mountain and praying probably the whole 9 months and probably praying before that. God always has a plan for us. And I love that in Jeremiah. God always has a plan for us. And every day we get to celebrate that birth. So that's just my story. So why am I telling you all this? Because I believe as writers, every story, every experience we have, jot it down, write it down, tell it. Tell it, tell it, tell it. Even if you tell it a zillion times, it's got to be a good story. People can laugh and cry and connect with it. But
Mhm.
write it down, get it out there. So that's my whole thing with birthdays. And I want to hear your story of your birth.
Well, on my birthday every year, I think it's important, and every writer out there, you can use this, is yes, record stories that are the most important in your life, especially the circumstances around your birth. But on my birthday, I always take time, it's a ritual, to reflect on the previous year, to write about how I feel right now, and then also set goals for the coming year. It's a really, really powerful act on the birthday because that's an annual milestone where you can chronicle how far you've come. You can celebrate how far you've come and then just look into the future and say, okay, where do I want to be when my next birthday rolls around? And so I really, really love this ritual. It's very peaceful, it's very affirming, and it really helps manifest the goals for the coming year. And so it's really also important on birthdays when we're often surrounded by friends, family, celebrations to take some time to yourself in the sacred act of writing and internal reflection to just get grounded. And if you have a big day with all people, do it the day before, the day after, or something, but just definitely invest that time in yourself. And if you're writing a book, whatever you write could potentially assist you. And if you want to work on your book on your birthday, that's even extra special because that energy of creation, when you were literally created and came into the world, is on that day. So,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
it's really
good,
powerful.
good,
And
good
yeah,
things. And have you been doing that all of your life, Elizabeth?
at least for the past several decades.
Awesome.
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
deal.
So then our mother is signing her book on her birthday, her 80th birthday. And it's her memoir, The Triumph of Rosemary, a memoir by Judge Marilyn E. Atkins, which you've read, Joni, which we've
Yes.
published here at Two Sisters Writing and Publishing. It's developed into a screenplay that will soon be shopped to Hollywood as a feature film. And so we're very, very proud of her, and we're grateful to the Detroit Writing Room that invited us. Stephanie Steinberg, the founder, invited us to have a book signing there. And Catherine will be here. She's coming, she's on an airplane right now, coming to Michigan to celebrate
Yes.
my birthday tomorrow, her birthday next Friday, and our mother's birthday next Sunday. And so,
Whoa.
yeah, it's really
Whoa.
exciting. Yeah.
That that is super exciting. All
Mhm.
within a time frame too that you can celebrate. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. So books, 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 books preserve your legacy. The next book we're publishing is for Elliott Hall. He was the first Black vice president of Ford Motor Company, and he's
Ooh,
88 years old. And
wow.
we're launching his book on Martha's Vineyard in August, and so proud of that. So Joni, any other words to people about how when you write your book and then you celebrate your birthday, you have this tremendous sense of accomplishment and that you've preserved your legacy on the pages of a book?
So true, so true. And I think that's one of the most important parts is that they become a legacy. So as younger people are being born into your family or new friends are established, new friendships are established, then they have something to say, oh, this is what your life has been like, especially in a memoir.
Yeah.
Business books or self-help books, although I don't know how that works, but I bet you people can filter that in and how they put that in there. But yes, it is a way for people to get to know who you were, where you are, and where you're going. And I think that's really, really, really important that we're
Mhm.
connected with people through all those stages, past, present, and future. It's not just only the past, or only the future, but it's
Hmm.
past, present, and future because we learn from our mistakes. We learn from living. We get to share all of our experiences of life. And that's what birth is. And I think when I think of birth, Elizabeth, I think of when None Better was produced, I felt like I had a baby in None Better. I felt like
Yeah.
that was the birth of something,
Yeah.
and that was really, really, really cool.
Hmm. Hmm. So a lot of our authors have compared it to having a baby, publishing a book, because there's this whole, it's usually more than 9 months. It wasn't for you, but usually more than 9 months of preparation, of nurturing it, of protecting it, and then it comes out into the world and you need a team. We've talked about this before, Joni, where you need a team, the doctor, the nurses, the anesthesiologist, all the people, the babysitters and the nanny and everybody else to take care of the pediatrician. And so anyway, your book needs a team to help promote, to help publish, graphic
Mhm,
design, all the things. And so it's
mhm,
very, very similar. And then because, babies grow inside a human body, well, a book comes from within us as well. And we
mhm,
have
mhm.
to have the courage to let it out. And so there's so many parallels. And then
Yes,
once it's out, we cherish it and we celebrate it and we, share it with people. So, yeah, I love
yes,
that connection. And
yes. And I
also
consider you a birth doula,
a book doula. I love
a book
that.
birth doula. That's what you are. You're a book birth coach and a book birth doula, Elizabeth.
That's funny. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it. I
But
love
you
it.
know what? You mentioned that also, and one of the questions I get many, many times, especially with Joyously Free, and I do my coming out as well as helping other people to come out and for allies to understand who I am and who we are as uh as queer people. And queer is a good word nowadays. It's not a bad word. Queer is a good word. But one of the questions I get often asked, about birth is, well, do you think you were born this way, Joni? Do you think you were born this way? And my answer is absolutely yes. I was born this way. God made me this way. God made me in God's image. And I really, really believe that. How you identify, what your orientation is, all of those things about you, that's God-given stuff. And so I was born this way. I was born as LGBTQ. I was born a lesbian. Some people don't want a label. Carol never wanted a label. She just always said, I am profoundly in love with you, Joni, but she never had an identity label. But at the same time, she knows that God made her way. God made you your way. God, everybody listening, God made you for you who you are for a reason, a big reason, huge reason. And you'll figure that out as life goes on. And I think that's a
Mhm.
big part of birth.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So Joni, can you talk to people about the importance of using your birth story to sort of extract themes? Because you asked me about my birth story, and I was born to an interracial couple that had sparked a scandal with the church, as well as racially, because it was 1967 and there were race riots across the country, and it was just a difficult time. The civil rights movement was happening. And so I see myself as a bridge between Black, white, and other cultural, religious, racial groups.
Mhm,
And that's
mhm.
been my life mission as exemplified in the books about diversity that we write and publish at Two Sisters
Mhm,
Writing and
mhm.
Publishing, my speaking, my goddess power. Everything I do is all about cultivating human harmony. And that's
Yes,
directly rooted
yes,
in my birth.
yes,
Born during a very difficult, contentious time to an interracial couple facing backlash for their love.
right.
And so that's in all my books. And so, what's your message to people to draw the connection? Because some people might not necessarily connect the dots.
Think you just said it really, really well right there. You're there's a plan for you when you're born, and when the woman becomes pregnant. And I say woman because there could be a trans person involved in all this. I don't want to get into that, but yes, there's a purpose for all that. And you just said it. Look what your mom and your dad were going through at the time that you were conceived, the amount of love that they had for each other. And not all women or pregnant people are um, blessed with love in having a baby, you know? And so I think about that as well. I think of abuse, I think of rape, I think of other situations, but I'm praying and hoping that when a child does come into the world out of love, and no matter how the child comes into the world, that child is full love, just absolutely 1,000, 1 gazillion% love. And I think that's the cool thing. And a matter of figuring out how does this child then grow up? You grow up in a biracial family at a time that there was a lot of stuff going around, and your mom and dad had the tenacity and the fortitude and the strength and the love for each other to pour out that love to you. And you grew up in an atmosphere of major, major love. And so did I. But not all people have that as a blessing. They don't. And so to be cognizant of that and to realize that we all come from different walks of life, different scenarios of how we grow up is so important, which leads to don't judge. Don't judge people. Listen to their story. Feel where their heart is. What's really going on for them now?
Hmm.
Anyway, those
I
are just
love
some
that.
thoughts.
Yes, I really, really love that. And then knowing your origin story and writing about it, using it as a foundation for your memoir, and then reflecting on it every year on your birthday, because that is the origin story. But how am I growing and evolving each year?
Yes,
And then when you write about it, you can sort of quantify it on your birthday each year and see, wow, look at this new thing I'm doing, or wow, look at how I touched that life and I helped that person with my own personal mission. So it's really exciting. And when you do it on the pages of a book, you're going to help people everywhere that you never will meet. They might be people in
mhm,
Morocco and Brazil, Joni, are reading your books. We get the analytics of your distribution and readership of your books. And it's really remarkable. There's people on the other side of the planet reading your book, like words that came out of your heart, soul, brain onto the screen, into a book, into the hands and hearts of people around the world. That is mind blowing, okay?
it
Mind
is.
blowing. And that shows our individual power. And it also shows like you're a bestseller, I'm a bestseller, but measuring success of a book isn't about numbers.
Oh,
It's
about
about the
heart.
touching of hearts.
Yeah, yeah,
And like it's about the lady who's, I think you said she was 85 years old and had never told anyone she's a lesbian, and she came out to you because she had read your book.
yeah.
That's just, you cannot put a dollar amount or a value on that. It is just a precious golden gift.
Yes, totally, totally, totally.
Hmm.
Yes, good points. Good point. And I also want to bring up another topic related to this. Some people don't like to celebrate their birthday.
True,
They
true.
they don't want the number. They don't want the celebration of their
Yeah.
birthday. It doesn't mean that much to them,
Hmm. Hmm.
and that's fine. That's beautiful. And that's whatever. And to me, they're all numbers. They're all numbers, but at the same time, they do reflect a journey. And you think when a person dies, then normally the obituary has the birth date and then the ending date or the new birth date, which to me I think is really, really valuable as well. That's the whole point, is like there's a new birth, and so heaven is hopping with birthdays all the time.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's fascinating.
yep, for
Um,
sure.
yeah. So tell us about when you had your birthday recently, um, your friends and family came together and had a party, and all of them have your book, of course. But what does that feel like, Joni, that they're all sharing in your story?
Oh my gosh, it feels phenomenal, and to get so many kudos and so much love and respect and honor, and I don't even know what all those words are. To me, it's just all love and kindness. And when Effie decided she wanted to throw a get together for me, it was like I didn't plan the event. People just were invited, and people showed up, and we had a beautiful cake by Sally, my favorite chocolate cake with pecan coconut frosting, and there was pizza and there were drinks and there was laughter, so much laughter, and people gifted me with gifts which I did not expect and I did not really want, but that's a way of showing love is through gifts. And that was just really, really, really cool. And I've been out to lunches and dinners and walks and all kinds of things just to celebrate. And I think it's important to celebrate that for everybody. I wish I was there in Detroit with you and Catherine and your mom, because I think I heard somewhere along the pike that your mom likes tacos. And so maybe there's a taco event or lunch or dinner or something. Is
Yeah,
that true?
we have family coming from all over the country, and we're gonna have a big family dinner. And Mexican food is my mother's favorite, so yes,
There we go.
it's
Oh,
gonna be
nice. And
wonderful.
80th
80th,
birthday.
yes.
Oh my
And on
gosh.
her actual 80th birthday, we are going to be at the Detroit Festival of Books. So if anybody's in Metro Detroit, please come out. You can get an autographed book and meet me and my mother. We're going to be at the table for the Detroit Writing Room. The event is extraordinary. If you love books, this is the place to be. It is our
Ooh.
historic farmers market, which is huge, and it's full of books and people and food trucks and music. And it's so vibrant. I just have chills the whole time. In fact, the first time I experienced it, I started crying because I was just so overwhelmed. Like, all these people are here for books? Really? The governor came, our wonderful governor, Gretchen Whitmer. She's so cool. She came and just, it was just, there's a DJ and it's packed and it's a beautiful summer Sunday. And so please come. We'll be there from 12 to 2. My mother's autographing from 12 to 1, and then I'm going to be doing my goddess books and our Write Your Book in a Day book bestseller that Joni has a quote on um, from 1 to 2, and Catherine will be there as well. So, so grateful to Stephanie Steinberg, founder of the Detroit Writing Room, for inviting us, and other authors will be there as well to participate in this extraordinary event on my mother's 80th birthday.
That is so cool. That is
Mhm.
so cool. That
Thank
is
you.
so cool. So
Thanks.
anyway, have you ever heard the birthday song backwards?
No.
No? Do we have a second to do that?
Are you going to sing?
I'm gonna sing real quick.
Oh, if it's quick, sure.
It's quick. Okay. This is the birthday song backwards. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elizabeth, Catherine, and Marilyn. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, that's really clever, Joni. Thank you so much. That was really cute.
Yes, 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 yes. For sure,
Uh-huh.
for sure.
Yeah.
And it's about singing and it's about dancing and it's about laughing. It's about having a good time together. So, oh
Yes,
my
thank
gosh. Oh my
you.
gosh. Yes. So what's
Oh,
Catherine's birthday story?
um, our
She was
mother
born a
was,
year after you.
yeah, so my sister Catherine, she's a year younger, and my mother was, she went for her 3 month checkup, and this is in my mother's book. She went for her 3 month checkup, and the doctor said, "You're pregnant." So Catherine uh, is just a year and 6 days younger than me.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
But the
Cool.
cool thing was that we grew up as playmates together because we're so
Mhm.
close in age, which has been, and that's how we're business partners together because we're just very close. And in fact, I need to dash and go get her from the airport. So, um, yeah, it's really cool. Like, now we're a company, two sisters, which
I
I
know it.
just
I
love.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the main thing is for people to read your book and your mom's book, and they'll get a really good idea of your family scenario, which is cool, from your mom's birth to, yours. And oh my gosh, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Thanks, Joni. So you're right. If you read The Triumph of Rosemary, our mother's memoir, and then you read God's Answer is No, Know, Lessons from a Spiritual Life by me, it's like a continuation. And then Catherine's young adult series, the Veronica
Yes.
series, that starts with Veronica, I heard your mom's black, which is something a kid said to her in school. It's a fictional take on a biracial 14-year-old girl growing up in a world that's obsessed with race. And she's trying to figure out, why does everyone care about this so much? And that's another thing, Joni, talk about birth
Yeah.
stories. Catherine and I grew up never seeing people like ourselves from an interracial family, mixed race, got to college. None of the books were English majors. None of the books were about happy interracial families or happy mixed race people. They were all the tragic mulatto story. So we decided to write
Mhm.
our own, we write ourselves into American literature. I wrote about biracial characters and interracial families, and she did the same. So, all of you writers out there, if you don't see your story out there, write it. Be
Yes.
the be the inspiration that people need that you'd never had.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Totally.
And
Totally.
your books
Yeah.
do
And
that
even
too,
if somebody
Joanie.
did write it, they didn't write it from your angle. So write it.
That's true. That's very good point. I love that. I love that. Well, Joanie, any final words about birthdays and books?
They go together. They go together. That's the biggest thing. So wherever you are right now, and whenever your birthday is, journal, write, include it in your book somehow, some way, pass your legacy on.
Oh, I love that, Joni. Thank you so much. And
Yep.
to
Yep.
all of you, thank you for watching. I'm so grateful that you're here with us to learn, get inspiration, instruction, and just get a big boost of confidence to finally write, publish, and promote that book and get it into the hands and hearts of people all around the world who can be inspired by what you write, especially on your birthday. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, co-founder of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing. Oh, Joni's got some roses here.
Happy birthday, Elizabeth, Catherine, and
Oh,
Marilyn, from my yard to your heart.
oh, that's so beautiful. Joni has the best roses from the Carroll Memorial Garden in her at her house. So thank you. They smell just absolutely luscious, and they're just the biggest roses I've ever seen. So thank you. And to all
Thank
of you
you.
out there, please visit twosisterswriting.com where you can get all of our books. You can learn about our services. I'm a book coach. I can help you write a best-selling book. We can publish your book, and we would love to hear from you. So we wish you happy reading and happy writing, and we'll see you next time.
You bet. Bye, everybody. Happy birthday.